As you know, the pandemic was a contagious
Oh
disease,
yeah.
right? And so you're on electric scooters to being passed from one person to another. That industry,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing the money, right?
I
I'm seeing a
know.
100,000 come in per day. I'm seeing stupid numbers,
Mhm.
and it dwindling down to 30.
Oof.
So we had a what,
Rough.
70% layoff.
Oh my God.
My team was essential because we're trust and safety.
Yeah.
Um, but me seeing that is like, okay, it's time. It might be that time and trying to figure some things out. So I was tenured. I put me in my, was it 2 years?
Yeah.
So, I got the nice severance and all that. But then it was like, okay, what are you going to do, Doc?
Mhm.
Um, you're creative for this.
Yeah.
Literally, my name is Survival of the Creatives, right?
Yeah.
And what would you do if you knew you could not fail? It was
Mm.
something I just woke up and believed.
That's a bar.
If I'm supposed to create, then nothing's going to stop that.
Yeah.
Not doubt, not fear, not insecurity, not finances. Born for this. And
Yeah.
so um, I started creating the things that I was passionate about.
Yeah.
Not worried about the check, not
Mhm.
worried about anything other than just authenticity. And in that, there were a lot of brands that saw alignment and they were like, wow, who
Yeah.
paid for this? I'm like, oh, I wrote the script, I shot the script, I edited, I did the voiceover. And
Mm.
so I was getting booked left and right
Oh
because
my
I feel like a
God.
lot of people were just stunned
Yeah.
and didn't know what to do, but I had never stopped. If you're
Yeah.
not paying for it, I'm creating what I'm passionate about. And then
Absolutely.
my brands just continue to grow and grow and grow. And now they're brands that are like, how are you doing that? I'm like,
Yeah.
I was doing it for 2 years while people were scratching their head trying to figure out where the next check, stimulus check was coming from.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been getting it.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's a long
Yeah.
story.
The pandemic did two things. It either advanced like whatever you were doing.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
helped you build, or it helped other people to dig deeper within themselves a lot of times.
yep,
And you mentioned authenticity.
oh,
So for black
yeah,
men
yeah,
to be authentic in today's society, especially in America,
yeah,
it's it seems like it's always this filter over being yourself.
yeah,
We have to always have this mask on,
yeah,
and we can't authentically step out into the world and be yourself, especially as a black man.
yeah,
And there's so much mental health awareness now that we're starting to see. But as a black
yeah,
man, how do you step into your authentic self
yeah,
in the world
yeah.
and be accepted?
Mm.
Or is it about acceptance?
That's a great question. I appreciate the
Mm-hmm.
asterisk on the end of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I'll tell a short story. So, the two men,
Mm-hmm.
they both decide that they're going to spend the night in a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
One of the men is deathly afraid of ghosts. The other doesn't believe them at all.
Mm-hmm.
They're there in the middle of the night. They hear a loud crash. The guy
Mm-hmm.
that's deathly afraid of ghosts, he hops up, screaming, terrified. Mind is frazzled, can't go back to sleep, cannot function.
Mm-hmm.
The man who doesn't believe in ghosts says, probably a cat, probably the wind. He's not frazzled.
Mm-hmm.
He's able to go back to sleep and
Yeah.
continue on his life, right? It's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you understand who you are, nothing can shake that. If you allow external forces, they're always going to be able to
Yep.
sway you and take you off course, and it might change the trajectory of what you're literally put here to do. So for me,
Yes.
I could care less, like to a fault.
Yes.
Um, I'm a king even without a kingdom.
Come
I'm a king even
on.
without a crown, and so there's not an arrogance.
Yes,
There's
black
there's a
man.
there's a confidence,
Yeah.
and now having a son and it pouring that into him, and I see him walk around with this confidence because you know who you
Yes.
are. Nothing can shake that. Once God
Mm-hmm.
tells you who you are, you walk in it. You,
Woo.
it's unshakable. So,
Yes.
um, that is one of my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And when I have conversations with other black men, it's what like just remember who you are,
Yes.
right? We mentioned God earlier, so um, when the ancient Hebrews was mashing through, Pharaoh and Moses and all that, they're walking through this desert for 40 years. That trip was a
Yeah.
4-day journey or whatever it was, right? It was not supposed to take 40 years.
Exactly.
And so when God is talking to them, trying to figure it out, they said you. He didn't say y'all just some bums or some
Yeah.
sinners. He said you forgot.
You
That's
forgot.
all he kept saying. He says you just kept forgotten. So it's on us to just really remember who we are
Mm-hmm.
and don't allow the world to tell you.
Mm.